Hello, and welcome back to Alchemical Serenity, the pagan podcast that takes you on a journey of transformation of your soul, gently and serenely guiding you to where you didn't know you needed to be. We walk the path together as I share my 40 plus years of experience on this beautiful path connected to the earth and all energies. My name is Carolyn, and I would like to welcome you here. This podcast is non-religious, there's no dogma, and everyone from every path is welcome. If you haven't already subscribed, then don't forget to do that now, because my channel has so much more that you may be interested in listening to, and I'm trying to add more this year. Wherever you are from on your path, grab a seat, a cup of your favourite brew, earbuds in, and headphones ready, and let's settle into today's subject on spirit animal guides. All guides are part of our subconscious and are archetypes of our soul. If you've listened to my previous podcast and tried the meditation to meet your spirit guide, you will remember me mentioning the book series His Dark Materials. The animals in that storyline were archetypes of a person's personality. When a spirit animal appears to you, whether in real life in seeing one type of animal many times as you go about your daily life, or appearing in dreams, it is appearing to work with you at this time on your path. I have to confess here, and I didn't really know where to start with the animals, birds and creatures, so I decided to use the oracle cards to choose for me. I used the deck by Philip and Stephanie Carlgom, and they were illustrated by Bill Worthington, called the Druid Animal Guide. I've done some lovely spreads with these cards, so I knew they were going to work. I'm not going to add many images to this podcast, because if you resonate with this animal today or just want to meet it, and then I don't want to influence what you think you should be seeing. Instead, I would prefer the contact that you make and the image to come from your subconscious. But I will show you the card that I've drawn from the deck, as they are really lovely. So let's get into today's animal, which is the hawk or falcon. This card shows a merlin or a pigeon hawk. And although the card has other symbology, we are just going to concentrate on this type of bird coming into your energy field. There are many different varieties of this bird depending on where you live in the world. My favourite is the Harris hawk. I've been lucky to fly one in Devon. She was called Ruby, and she was very affectionate and liked attention and being stroked. I have also flown kestrels to allure on the cliffs of North Devon, which were spectacular, as we were on a high land and that you wouldn't normally get access to, and across from me was the sea and the birds were flying. It was absolutely wonderful. Now, if you've spent a few hours or even a day flying these birds, let me know in the comments. I will say it's something I can highly recommend, whether it's just meeting the birds, perhaps an owl experience, or waiting for a Harris hawk to land back on your gloved hand. If you're looking to give someone a different gift, then look up falconry experiences and those sort of days in your area. To be able to work at close hand with these majestic and beautiful birds is a wonderful experience. And also for yourself, if you find that the hawk or falcon is a spirit animal working with you now, then maybe you have the time to go and perhaps do half a day with these beautiful birds. I've digressed again, which is pretty normal for me, isn't it? So let's get back to the birds. Hawks and falcons all have amazing eyesight and can see about 8 times greater than we humans can. Now, if you have ever seen one sitting on a fence or a tree observing, it's watching for any slight movement that could be lunch. Both the hawks and the falcons have the ability to hover in midair, making them incredibly efficient hunters. According to a 15th century manuscript, an eagle was for an emperor, a gyre-falcon for a king, a peregrine for a prince, a saker for a knight, a merlin for a lady, a goshawk for a yeoman, a sparrowhawk for a priest, a musket for a holy water clerk, and a kestrel for a knave. Now, if you're now thinking, what is a musket? Well, it's apparently a very small sparrowhawk, and a holy water clerk carried the holy water for a priest on pastoral visits to the parish to visit the sick. In the Druid tradition, a bard was said to possess bird's knowledge, and the Druid shaman would wear cloaks made from bird feathers for certain ceremonies. Divination would also be observed by watching the flight patterns of birds, especially for predicting the weather. And in trance, a Druid could also ask the bird spirit to help with work on the inner plane of the consciousness. As with other birds, the hawk is a messenger between the other world and this world. If we look to British mythology, we see that 2 knights of the Round Table were named after the hawk, Galahad meaning summer hawk and Gawain meaning hawk of May. During medieval times, these birds were important for sport and for keeping down vermin and catching prey for the table. The Irish name for the kestrel, which I can't pronounce, and I'm not even going to attempt to, means wind frolicker, which I think is an absolute wonderful name. Falconry throughout history is worldwide. Stepping back in time, in Egypt, the hawk or falcon was associated with Ra and Heru. Horus was the falcon-headed god, and the bird is often seen on hieroglyphs, and he has his own temple at Edfu on the Nile, another place I've been lucky enough to visit. Mummified kestrels have been found in Egypt, as they were associated with sovereignty, protection and vision. In ancient Greece, flights of birds were used to predict the future, which was determined by their numbers, the directions they were flying, and the time of day. The god Zeus was associated with birds of prey and was said to transform into a bird to interact with humanity. Therefore, a kestrel or hawk was seen as a sign from the gods. The Native Americans linked the bird to thunder and lightning, which gave it ties to both air and fire. And the Harris hawk was believed to have healing abilities, being able to help the medicine man isolate a problem with the body. So if you're wanting to work with this bird in some rituals, here are some associations that you can use. The hawk is associated with the goddesses of Isis, Hathor and Hera, and with the gods of Horus, Ra, Pa, Osiris and Zeus. Its direction is east and south. Element is air with fire. And a crystal associated is the falcon's eye or blue tiger's eye. It is a lucky stone that brings good luck, wealth, energy and protection. Clairvoyance is the ability that comes with the hawk or kestrel, as it teaches you to see more than just the physical world. If you like to use incense during your meditation or any work that you are doing, frankincense is an aromatic resin that has been used for thousands of years in religious ceremonies. It is often associated with divine presence and communication, so that makes it a fitting resin for Horus, who is seen as a bridge between the earthly and celestial realms. Myrrh is another resin that has a long history of spiritual use. It is often used for protection and healing, and its association with health and wellness reflect Horus's role as a protector and healer. Lotus, this flower holds a special significance in Egyptian mythology, symbolising rebirth and regeneration. The lotus is associated with Horus in his aspect as Heru Sar Aset, or Horus, son of Isis, who was born of a lotus flower. If this type of bird is either your spirit animal or is working with you, it brings the power of observation with patience, giving you the ability to just sit back and watch something take place. It is a bringer of knowledge and wisdom, or the right action at the right time. It may come to you to advise that you have a decision to make, or that turbulent times are ahead. So be prepared by watching for signs, and rather than just rushing in, give yourself time to handle what is to come. If you are visited by a hawk or falcon in your dreams, then maybe you have overlooked something and you need to be a little more vigilant. As a spirit guide, they are also here to protect you and to ensure that you see what you need to see rather than miss opportunities. Think of the Eye of Horus. That symbology is about protection, but not physical, more about protecting you from bad luck or negative influences that can be seen but sometimes missed. Their energy is also there to give you the ability to gain insights into the behaviour of people and those around you, again through observation. However, that energy could also be turned on yourself instead of others. Perhaps you need to take a step back and look at you. Philip Cargom states in the Oracle card that the Merlin brings the ability to see your life in perspective. The kestrel, falcon or hawk is associated with level-headedness and the ability to conserve energy where needed, also with optimism and the ability to see a better future for yourself. If you have been wondering whether you have a psychic ability, then the hawk will definitely teach you clairvoyance and to see beyond the physical realm. All animal spirit guides are here to help, so even if the hawk or falcon is not your guide at this time, you can call upon their energy to help you when you need strength and courage in times of trouble. This bird also brings freedom, adaptability, ambition, success and determination. You may find you need an insight into someone in a difficult situation. Then call upon the energy of this bird to open up your awareness to help in that difficult situation and to resolve it. If you find you are limited in your abilities and need courage to move on, or forward, either personally or in work, then the energy of the hawk or falcon can help you break away from these limitations, giving you the ability to see the bigger picture from a higher or distant perspective. Do not fear the unknown. Just as the falcon can hover above its prey, it doesn't know what's down there, so do not fear the unknown on your path, but work with the energy to see what lies ahead. Falcons are also excellent hunters and can help you find things that are hidden. I don't necessarily mean lost, like when you've hidden your car keys or can't remember where you put your phone, but more when you need to gain an insight into something or someone. Use that ability with the falcon or hawk. And when faced with a challenge, call upon the energies to guide you. This bird is a reminder that even though they are very small compared to an eagle, they are a force to be reckoned with and have some wonderful energies we can learn from and work with for the benefit of ourselves and others. If you wish to work with a hawk, then meditation is the best way to connect and be guided. Always work with a journal to write down any notes or insights from this beautiful bird. I hope this has helped you to understand the hawk, falcon or kestrel or any type of small prey bird. The best way to connect with them is through meditation, and ask them to work with you. Visualize them in your meditation and intentionally state you wish to work with them. Imagine them sitting on your shoulder in the real world, protecting and guiding you. The more you work with their energy, the more easily it will become to understand them. Always remember that when working with spirit animals, to give something back, even if it's just as simple as ensuring birds are fed in your garden or your area. And if you cannot do this, then just take a few moments of heartfelt love and give that to Mother Earth. I'll be back again soon with another spirit animal. I wonder who we will get this time to learn from. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you've worked with a bird of prey before and if you had some results from that or how they helped you. That would be really interesting. All links to my socials are in the description box if you'd like to join me elsewhere. And also, can you let me know if you would like a separate meditation to meet with your guides to use any time of the year? On my previous podcast, I talked about animal spirit guides and then gave a meditation. If you would like that meditation as a separate one so that you can just drop into it rather than have to listen to the whole or skip through all of that previous podcast, let me know in the descriptions if you would find that useful, because I can re-record it or I can use that one if you found that worked, and we can keep that one as a separate meditation that you can drop into as and when you need it. So with much love and light to you on your path, I'll be back again very soon. Bye for now.